All right, Coach, just go ahead and start off talking about yesterday's announcement. Left you and another one-loss team in the region out of the playoffs.
Yeah.
So obviously the Super Region's very tough, but what do you take away from a season that ended the way that it did?
Well, just to address the obvious is, the news coming out is very disappointing. Being a 10-win team, having played on national TV, showing you how great to the nation, how great this football team is, we're disappointed. I realize there's a lot of good football in our region. Other regions have 3 lost teams that made it, and that's just by where you're at with regions. If we could switch regions, we would today, but it's geographically where the NCAA puts us, and so we're not backing away. We know we have one of the best regions in the country, and so that means for us, the takeaway I have is that we need to keep pushing this thing forward, keep understanding that every opportunity you have to play football is an opportunity that matters when it comes to postseason berth, but also, when it comes to just continue to strengthen the brand of Azusa Pacific Football. We feel like these last 2 years, back-to-back 10-win seasons, back-to-back league champions, we're doing where the program is in the right direction to becoming what we want is that national dominant football program. But in all that, I think we all know is that there's no rest. We just came out of a big staff meeting. We've already got heavy recruiting going on. We're meeting with the players later on today, so there's a lot of work to be done. I think everybody's hungry to keep moving forward.
And Coach, despite not making playoffs, you talked about some of your successes this year, and you touched on a little right there about the future. How would you evaluate the future of this program?
Well, it's very bright, and it is the young talent, the last recruiting classes we've had, the people we have in the barn right now. They're hungry, they are promising, they're talented. They catch the vision of that warrior man mentality we're talking about, and I think we're very young as a football team. We graduate 21 seniors, and I think all the seniors have put their fingerprints on this program, and forever we'll be grateful for what they did to help the transition, because they were all a big part of that. But in that, I'm really excited for what we have in the barn right now, and so as we continue to move into winter workouts, move into spring ball, the next season will be here before you know it, and I believe right now, we have a great talent base that's in there, and so we're going to continue to push to have one of the best recruiting classes there are in the country, because we understand some of the best football is played within even our local backyard, and so we're excited about that.
And Coach, you touched on the team's record over the last 2 years, the conference championships, 10-win seasons. I think those speak to how quickly Azusa Pacific has adjusted to Division II competition. But it seems like the conference reputation hasn't caught up with that, and may have contributed to keeping the team out of the playoffs. Yeah. What's the next step in boosting the GNAC's reputation regionally and nationally?
Well, I think collectively as a league, we need to continue to schedule out of conference. Now, our league is one of the few that has the opportunity to schedule out of conference. There are a lot of closed leagues in our region, so you don't really quite know who they are. They have a reputation of being a good league, but they never play out of conference, so you don't really quite know how they are this year. So we continue to take every game possible we can, and we're not backing away. Like we took the number 2 team in the country, 2 team in the nation last year, going into this season, and so we took that on, and we'll continue to take on great opponents. I mean, historically, I've been able to have the privilege and opportunity to lead teams all the way to Florida, to Wisconsin, to Louisiana. I've traveled this whole country leading football teams to take a game anywhere, anytime. We're not backing away, and we're not afraid of any program out there. We're excited to take on the challenge. Every opportunity we have is a growth opportunity. We love competition, and I think our players love competition. We love traveling. It's one of the things that GNAC, I believe it's one of the tougher leagues out there, is because our travel is plane travel, where a lot of other leagues are just bus travel, taking a few-hour bus ride. So that plays significant into just what makes a tough football game. So our league is well traveled, and I know the other head coaches are in agreement that they'll take games wherever they can get games across the country to prove our brand. So while popular opinion in this case didn't want to agree with us, I think we have enough of a resume as a league showing that we're able to compete and compete well when we're out of conference. And so other closed leagues, we don't have that. We don't have a gauge, and I don't think it's their fault, but it's closed league, so you don't have a chance to gauge what it is. So, but that's as far as our program goes. Is what we can control. Is what we can control. We won the games we needed to win, and at the end of the day, being a back-to-back league champion is really it's a real something we're proud of, something that we take very serious. We're grateful for, and we celebrate. And now, as we move forward, we're going to recruit hard. We're going to continue to find the best talent that fits that vision for being a great person as well as a great football player. That those athletes are out there. They're looking for something different, and that's what Azusa Pacific is.
Coach Santa Cruz, you got several award candidates this year: Terrell Watson, Harlan Hill, Cody Clay, Gene Upshaw, Tyler Thornton, Cliff Harris Award.
Yeah.
Just briefly talk about what's been the most impressive thing that these three young men have done this season.
Well, okay, all those awards are national awards, and to be able to have three players that fit the criteria for those national awards speaks volumes to the type of athletes we have, type of people we have, and so it speaks a lot to our recruiting, how our coaches are recruiting. So it is those three young men, we're so proud of them just because we understand athletically they have what it takes for that criteria. More importantly, when you begin to write the background story of who those young men are, I mean, they deserve to win those awards because those are the type of young men you want winning awards. They're nails on the football field, but in life, they're the type of young man that you want to hire as an employer, the type of young man that you want as leaders in our community. They're doing exciting things, and so very deserving of winning those awards.
And then, Coach, for the senior class as a whole, what can you say about their legacy and where they've left this program moving forward?
Like I said earlier, their fingerprints are all over it, and the fingerprints that as I see it, is just the relationships they built, the encouragement they gave to younger people. I think the younger classes we have, the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, I think they were able to see a model of leadership. They were able to see what it is when young men come together and they lay down their egos for the betterment of the team so the team can succeed. They see how beneficial that is. So we always talk about, becoming a great husband one day, a great father one day, and a great employer and employee. And I know a lot of people speak to that, but that's something our curriculum is heavy about, is really doing. And I mean, from leading the league in all academic, all league members, to having won the academic league championship back-to-back as well. These seniors have been able to lead the rest of the group by showing, hey, the success comes by how much you give, not by how much you get. And so, with the playoffs, with not being selected, I think that's something disappointing. But this has never really been about all that. We want to win it all, and if you're not going to give us an opportunity to be in the tournament, that's something we can control. But what we can control is this whole thing is about building warrior men, people who are going to be difference makers in the world. Football will come and go. Our time with them as a coaching staff, we believe it's a shame on us if we don't build them up to a better person, and that's going to show in their academics, athletics, and as well as in how they are as community members. So the best is yet to come for these seniors. The life is just beginning for them, and we've always talked to them about that. Is that whether you go to the NFL or wherever you go, I mean, the adage of, hey, everybody goes pro is exactly right. The game of life is on for them, and we believe our time with them, we've been very faithful to build them up so that they can to launch out in the world and continue to win in life.
Thanks, Dave. Great. Thank you.
All right, thank you.